All right, what's going on, guys? I just got off a really great call with a successful coach. He's booked out, he's getting clients, and he's doing the work, right? He's built a successful fitness business, right? But there was one line he said that stopped me in my tracks. What he said was, I feel like I have to sell every client. Like, I have to explain and justify everything, every single time. And I knew exactly what the problem was when he said that. It wasn't his coaching. His coaching is great. It's getting amazing results. It wasn't his confidence. He's built a successful business. The problem was the way that his program was structured. And it's really common because when your offer isn't structured in a way that sells itself, you'll end up doing all the heavy lifting. So give me 5 minutes. You might find yourself in this situation as well too, where what you're currently offering your potential clients might actually be repelling the ones you truly want to take on, even if you're making some sales right now. And no, we're not talking about completely throwing everything out the window here. What we're talking about is upgrading how you present what already works first. So the right clients say yes even faster. So let me explain to you the 3-part framework that we use with our clients that turns your offer into something that filters, qualifies, and sells before you ever get on a sales call or message somebody. My name is Mitchell, and if you're new here to the training, welcome. I'm with New Results Marketing. I'm the marketing strategist behind fitness professionals that want to build a lean, high-paying business that they absolutely love, right? They're scalable, smarter systems, simpler marketing systems, right? And offers that ultimately sell themselves instead of them having to do the heavy lift and sell the offers, right? And that's what we're talking about today. But here's the disconnect that I see most often with fitness coaches. You know how to help people, right? You know how to get clients results. You've already gotten clients results, right? But the way your program is positioned is not necessarily creating certainty, right? And certainty leads to sales. Certainty leads someone to sign up right now. And when people are uncertain, they hesitate, they ghost, and they negotiate maybe your price. So when you have this, what you're offering your clients isn't selling, you are selling. And that's exhausting, and it makes it almost impossible to grow. But what if your offer sold itself because it was so magnetic and caused so much certainty in the buyer's eye, your potential client's eye, that it sold itself, making your job a lot easier? Can you just imagine a business like that? When you don't have an offer like this, a lot of coaches, they'll resort to lowering their price, offering more stuff like more calls, more bonuses, more extras, or they try to sell even harder, which never seems to work very well. And it feels awful inside, right? But that is just rearranging the furniture inside of a broken house. If I would just rearrange all these picnic tables right now, that would be kind of what it's like. The reason why this doesn't work is if your offer doesn't communicate the who it's for, what it solves, why it works, and why now, you're simply relying on charm and your sales skills to do the heavy lifting. The thing to realize is a great program or offer is magnetic. A vague one requires hustle, but a real offer pulls someone in, and that's what you want. So let's go through the 3-part framework, and you can apply this immediately to your business to help your offer become that much more magnetic. So number 1, build a crystal clear promise, right? Nobody buys sessions or the features of your program, right? We all know this, right? People buy outcomes, and I really want you to think about the outcome that you can provide your client, right? Instead of saying, here's 12 weeks of workouts and accountability. Sure, nobody's waking up wanting 12 workouts or 12 weeks of workouts and accountability, right? What they want is they want to lose 20 pounds without tracking their macros or cutting carbs in 12 weeks. That's what they want. So make it very specific and relate it specifically to a pain point and outcome that your target market truly wants. You want to make it valuable to them so they want it, right? And they want to make it believable so they can see themselves achieving it. So don't say lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks, it's never going to happen. But if you lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks without cutting out the macros and cutting carbs, that works. Premium clients, they buy the outcome, they buy the result. That's all they think about. They don't care about the way to get there. They want the shortcut. You're the shortcut, right? So is what you're promising enticing for them? That speaks to them at a very core level, an emotional level, that gets them excited about learning more about what you have to offer. I really want you to think about this. Would I get excited about your offer if I was your perfect target market? So number 2, you want to turn your method into a system, okay? This is where the magic happens. Everyone can offer sessions and meal plans and accountability and all that. But what are the milestones that somebody needs to go on, the path, the roadmap, whatever you want to call it, that somebody needs to go on to reach their end goal, reach the promise that you just figured out, right? So if they're currently at point A and you are in the end goal is point B, what are the milestones that somebody must reach or go on to get to where they want to be? You want to lay those out and name them very specifically, so now you have a unique system to you. Many times coaches forget about this. They think, oh, everyone knows how to get to their goals, right? But they don't. You know, because you're the coach, you know how to get someone to their goal. But clients, they're weaving in and out of things, and they don't know the straightest path to get from point A to point B. You do, because you're a coach. Can you vividly lay that out in even a visual manner? This will cause certainty when you're presenting the offer. You would be surprised on how simple this can be when you can solidify certainty as far as your path to get someone from the point A to point B. The sale is already made in their minds. They see the path, and now it's just actually taking action on it. So now at this point, you have a bold promise that people are excited about getting to, right? They're excited about that result that makes them then interested in your offer. Now you've laid out a plan, a crystal clear roadmap or a plan, whatever you want to call it, on what they need to do to actually get to the end result, that bold promise, with your guidance. Now, the third step is eliminating resistance. And this is where you're addressing their silent doubts. People have doubts in themselves about life and you, right? They have doubts. If you can't get over the doubts or help them understand maybe a different way of thinking about their limiting beliefs or how they're thinking about things, they're never going to take action on themselves. This is what holds clients back from getting that bold promise that you can deliver. I want you to think about it this way. You are a coach that can take someone from point A to point B. Your ability to speak to their silent doubts is more powerful than even taking them from their point A to point B, because if you don't solve this, they never start. And when you don't start, when you don't take an action, you never get a result that you truly want, right? So if you can't do this, the client's never gonna get the benefit of working with you, right? So I want you to think of, what is your client thinking about at this moment? Once you laid out the path, what are they thinking about right before they make the decision to work with you? Are they thinking, will this actually work for me? What's going to make this different from everything I've tried in the past? You know, what makes this the right next step for me? You want to think about all these questions, and you want to make up your own as well too, and answer them. Answer them in the conversation you're having with them as you're presenting your offer. One other way to reduce resistance is to show them what's at stake if they don't take action. You know, I'm sure you heard this before, but what is at stake if they don't take action? They can either be doing it the hard way, doing it themselves, trying to figure it out, and you can vivify that for them to help them understand that, or show them, hey, this is the plan. I can take you on it. If you want to walk with me, I'd love to walk with you on it and get you that with much less effort than doing it on your own, right? These are little things I want you to think about when you're trying to reduce the resistance of them making that buying decision with you. And so here's the challenge. I want you to use these, put them into your offer right now, and watch the magic happen next time you have that conversation about what you have to offer. What you'll realize, what my clients realize, it's just more of a game plan conversation. It's not a sales conversation. People see the vivid path. They see the bold promise. They're excited about it. They learn about your offer. They see the path, and you take away their resistance, their thoughts, right? The hidden thoughts maybe they're thinking about, and they're empowered to make a decision, and they do. And they are asking you, how can I work with you? Because they're so vividly clear on what you can offer them and what that path looks like with you, that it makes the conversation easy. Now, if you want the perfect offer checklist and you really want to make sure that your offer is dialed in and it's going to sell itself when you're having that conversation, get the perfect offer checklist, comment sales below. I'll send it over to you. Really what it's going to do, it helps my clients grade their offer in a way that is very easy to notice the gaps. And if you have some gaps, you fix those gaps, represent the offer, get a completely new result. So if you want that, comment sales below. I'll send it over to you. In the meantime, put these into practice. I cannot wait to hear about your results. Have a wonderful day.